We have understood previously that in Vedic numerology, the one which is supported by Vedic astrology, the number should follow the planetary order. And we have also understood that odd numbers represent male and even number represents female. But what date should be chosen is also a point. This Vedic date of, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, up to 30, 31 days of an year, of a month, sorry. Should it be used? Is this used in Vedic astrology, or what we should do? Or should we use the degrees of sun? Or should we use the tithis? Three things come here. One can use the tithi, one can use the degree of sun, right? And this name, sorry, and this day that you are born in, first of a month, second of a month, third of a month, I don't believe it is very much Vedic, right? This is modern calendar, right? This is modern Gregorian calendar. Pope Gregory have made it, right? So what you should do, you can go by two approaches, right? Sun will have a particular degree in any horoscope. You take the highest degree, right? For example, sun is right now 25 degree 36 minute, right? So that should be treated as 26 degree. Now 26 degree, what do you do? 26 you divide by 9, right? When you divide 26 by 9, the remainder will be 8. Or what you can do is you can add 2 and 6. That will also be 8, right? So whether you do the division or you do the addition, the result is more or less the same. The result is the same, right? But this 8 number should be represented by Saturn. See, sun in Vedic astrology indicates the soul. Soul, as told in Bhagavad Gita, nainam chindanti sistrani nainam dahati pavakah na chainam kledantapo na shosheti maratha, right? Soul have nothing, no gender, nothing at all. No gender, no nature, no behavior, and nothing at all. But this is the soul who takes on the body. This is the soul who meets with manas, and this is the soul which formalizes the life. The karma is attached to the soul, and the soul have to go through the karma with help of the body and the manas. Right? So all the karma and everything that we have to go through, or apparently that the soul have to go through, is represented by sun, and that is represented by the degree of sun. That is one thing. The tithi that the person is born in, that tithi is based on, tithi is difference between sun and moon. Tithi primarily belongs to moon. Tithi is primarily belonging to moon. With respect to Tithi, it is all good up to Purnima. Purnima is the 15th Tithi. After that starts Krishna Paksh, right? So 16th Tithi, 17th Tithi, etc. So basically, Krishna Pratipada is the 16th Tithi. Krishna Dvitiya is the 17th Tithi. Krishna Tritiya is the 18th Tithi, and so on and so forth. In this particular way, the list is made. Right? So in the case of a Shukla Paksh Tithi, whatever Tithi is there, you add 15 into it. So say Shukla Dvitiya is there, you take 2 and add 15 into that, it is 17th Tithi, right? So because 15 is Purnima, 16th Tithi is Shukla Pratipada, and Shukla Dvitiya is 17th Tithi, right? So for Shukla Paksh, you add 15 into whatever Tithi you are having, that will give you the number. Now this 17, you add 7 plus 1, that will answer into 8. This is again ruled by number 8. Right? So say today the Tithi is Shukla Dwadashi, the Tithi is 12. Right? Shukla Dwadashi for Shukla Tithi, take the Tithi directly. Dwadashi is 12. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So the Tithi is represented by Mars, but the degree of the Sun represents the number 8. Right, because it is in 26 degrees, 6 plus 2, 7, 8, and number 8 is represented by Rahu. So the soul karma, etc. is indicated by Rahu. And what does moon do? Moon indicates the mental makeup. Now see how it works. Soul is there, soul have to go through a type of karma, right? So karmas you do, the result of that karma or whatever fructification etc of the karma that is going to be there, that is decided by gods apparently in Vedic astrology, not the Brahman but gods. Whereas when someone does a bad karma or something like that, this is what Bhagavad Gita explains, I believe this being the crux of Bhagavad Gita, that see, if someone does a bad karma or if someone does karma in fit of an anger, the karma is done, the result of karma, repercussion of karma etc will be there, but you see anger will remain in the psyche of the native. This will go into manas. This is the personality of the native. This is what is sattva, rajas, tamas. Sattva personality, rajas personality, tamas personality. Because karma is not sattva, rajas, tamas, right? Karma is good or bad. Nature is sattva, rajas, and tamas, and this nature remains with the person. That's why you will see in Bhagavad Gita of ISKCON, you will see that if one thinks about some animal at the time of death, they become like the animal only, right? So the tendencies. So one is soul karma, another is tendency. The tendency of the native, the tendency of the individual. You know, inimical planets, right? Sun, Moon, Mars, Jupiter are friendly towards each other, and they are inimical towards the set of Saturn, Venus, Mercury, and Rahu. With respect to Ketu, Ketu does not go well with any of them. So Ketu always creates a problem, right? So what you will see whether the significator of the soul, the degree of the sun, and significator of the psyche, the Titi, is it inimical towards each other? For example, today with sun in 26 degree and Titi being Dwadashi, Tithi represented by Mars and the degree of sun represented by Rahu. Mars, Rahu are from two different sets. They are inimical. So in this situation, what is happening? There is a type of karma that one have to go through. That karma is of Rahu, but the psyche of the person is represented by Mars. Rahu wants you to be clever. Mars is aggressive and direct. So this is the problem. Cleverness is expected out of the person, but the person is direct and aggressive and to the point. This is what creates the trouble. So when there is a contradiction or enmity between these two planets, you see life becomes difficult because the person, something else is expected of the native and he is doing something else. In such cases, success becomes difficult, success becomes delayed, and person remains frustrated because of these reasons, right? So I have an habit of explaining little, right, and putting it open to interpretation, right? So you can more understand, right, if the psyche of the person and the karma of the person, if that is not matching, what all type of problems can happen, you can easily understand, right? So I'm not that type of teacher who will take one principle and explain it for 2 hours, right? I believe sufficiently told in a few words is better, right? So that's I try to do. How much successful I become, that's another point, right? On the other hand, when the rulership based on the degree of the sun and rulership based on the Tithi is of the friendly planets or of the same planet, this is very good because the psyche of the person and the karma that the person is supposed to do is in synchronization with each other. It indicates great success for the individual. It gives great success to the native. You can take any person for an example. For example, if you take Paramahamsa Yogananda, right? He is born on Krishna Chaturthi. So 4 plus 15, the answer will be 19, 19, 9 plus 1 you will do. Or 19, you put multiples of 9 out of it will give you number 1. The sun is in 22 degree, that should be taken as 23 degree. 23 you will do, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Number 5 is represented by Jupiter and number 1 is represented by number 1, that is of Tithi, that is represented by sun, and 5 that is of that is the degree of sun is represented by Jupiter. Sun and Jupiter are friendly towards each other. Paramahamsa Yogananda, you see, have been a very successful person. Successful person on this particular regard that, what was his karma, his mind was also the same way. That is good. But one more thing is there. You see, many people will be born in the same day. For the complete day, sun will be of 22 degree. And for the complete day, Tithi will be Chaturthi only, Krishna Chaturthi only for the complete day. This we think. It's not this particular way as such. For example, see for Paramahamsa Yogananda, let me share you the horoscope here. So for Paramahamsa Yogananda, you see, Sun is 22 degree 30 minutes. Next day, on 6th of January also, right, the degree changes only by 8:58, whereas sunrise happens by 7:27. So next day on 6th of January also, right, the date is not changing just at sunrise, right? The degree of sun is not changing just at sunrise. It is changing after some time. So it's not like the degree will change every day, right? When you go minute into calculation, it is not this way. That is one point. And Krishna Chaturthi Tithi, which is there at the time of his birth, did not start from sunrise, right? Chaturthi Tithi starts at Chaturthi Tithi starts somewhere around, 1:30 in the afternoon. So on the day when Paramahamsa Yogananda was born on 5th January, right, the day started in Tritiya, he was born in Chaturthi. And this Chaturthi should change by, this Chaturthi should change very quickly. Next day sunrise also happens in Chaturthi, and by 12:58 the next day the Chaturthi will be over, right? So when you precisely go into it, this particular setup of Lagna, the Tithi changing by each sunrise and degree of the sun changing by each sunrise is not very true. You have to precise go by the degree. That is one point. But to make it more accurate and to make it better, I strongly recommend that you also take into consideration the Lagna at that point of time. Lagna is dependent on the Rashi sun is situated in, right? So around 14th of April, 15th of April, when sun is at 0 degree of Aries at the time of sunrise, it is Aries ascendant. As sun keeps on changing the Rashi throughout the 365 days of the year, right? The Rashi rising in the ascendant at the time of sunrise, which is the current position of the sun, also keeps on changing, right? So for Paramahamsa Yogananda, the things are very good also in this particular scenario because the sun is having 23 degrees, right? So that you add 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, right? That is represented by Jupiter, and Tithi is Krishna Chaturthi, right? If you add total of it, it is represented by sun, and because the ascendant is Leo, where sun is the Lagna lord, and Jupiter is the lord of the 5th house and 8th house, taken as a good planet for Leo ascendant. For the ascendant, because both the planets are beneficial, it gave great success to Paramahamsa Yogananda, which it will not give to anyone born on the same day in Virgo ascendant. Because in Virgo ascendant, Sun will become the lord of the 12th house and Jupiter will have Kendra Adhipati dosha. Right. So here, though the person will be, the soul and the psyche, the karma and the personality will be similar, but because it will not match with the ascendant, things will not be good. So based on the degree of the sun and based on the tithi, you find a planet. If both these planets are friendly, the karma and the personality of the native is matching, it gives easy success. If they are inimical, it does not give easy success. And then you check from the ascendant whether the planets are beneficial or not. If they are beneficial, then the success is great. Person also have a successful life. If not, then it is just like the type of personality and the type of karma of the native is the same. However, neither this personality nor this karma brings success to the individual. Right? These things you have to particularly be very careful about. This is the basic point. With respect to karma and with respect to personality, see, sun basically indicates karma related to continuation of lineage, karma related to spirituality, karma related to finding your own self, right? These are the three basic things that sun indicates, right? Discovery of the self is indicated by sun primarily, right? Moon indicates that the, see, moon as the planet who represents the degrees of sun. Moon represents that there was a desire, right? Desire is there in the previous life, and that is a sattvic desire, right? Moon is a sattvic planet. So a sattvic desire is there from the previous life. The birth is there to fulfill that sattvic desire, such as serving God, etc. This sattvic desire is there, right? Sometimes people, want to serve God, serve poor people, etc. This is indicated by moon. Moon indicate Pitrus generally also indicate that the soul is connected to the same family, right? And to give something to family, to do some good thing to the family, the soul is born. How do you verify this fact? You will see that for any planet, when you take the degree of sun and find the numerological representation of the same, if it comes to moon, you will generally see that the face of the child, the nature, behavior, character of the child will strongly meet some ancestor of the family. Generally, people will say, yeah, this person looks very much like their great grandfather. The person have same type of approach like their great grandfather, etc. Such things will be told. You will know. Mars is a tamasic planet, right? So Mars generally indicate that the birth is to do karmas, right? So previous life person enjoys a lot, and this life the birth is to give yourself to others, right? So to come in use for others. There is a strong connection to siblings also. Mars also indicate the birth is there to enjoy good power, position, etc. Right? Mercury is a Rajasic planet. The birth is because of desire, particularly the desire related to marriage, desire related to childbirth, desire related to material success, and desire related to enjoy in this life, particularly related to sexuality, relationship, etc. Jupiter indicate birth because of blessing. Jupiter does indicate that, person, generally it is case like, you see, because Jupiter indicates the sukha that comes from sattva. So sukha that comes from sattva, for an example, see, if someone does a lot of mantra chanting and they get emancipation out of it, there can be a particular thought that, okay, though I get emancipation, but I do not get siddhi. So one gets the birth to enjoy that siddhi, right? So Jupiter indicates birth to enjoy the happiness that comes out of sattva. For example, say if someone does great donations, then the result is that they should lead a financial life of full financial prosperity. If they are not able to live that in previous life, that is represented by Jupiter, right? Now you reap the benefit. This is happening in the horoscope of Paramahamsa Yogananda, right? Five degrees there. It represents Jupiter. Jupiter is a sattvic planet. To enjoy the spiritual bliss, to enjoy the blissful result of karma that he have done in previous life, he was born, right? This is very true. Venus is a Rajasic planet and it indicates Jala Tattva, right? So Venus also indicates birth because of Rajas desire and particularly related to Jala Tattva, right? So expressing your emotion and doing things is something what Venus indicates. Mercury is Artha Tattva, Mercury is skin element, right? That indicates physical attachment to people, right? Venus indicates mental attachment to people. So whereas Mercury indicates the thought of, giving good life to your family members, giving good education to your children, etc., that the native is there to fulfill. Venus indicates that, sometimes people are like, like people have this particular approach. Oh, I was very much engrossed in my profession. I was not able to give time to family members, etc. This emotional want, the desire to emotionally interact with people you love and value, leads to this birth in the case of Venus. In the case of Saturn, you see Saturn is a tamasic planet and Saturn is an airy planet. You should say that Saturn is more or less because of to go through the karma, right? Suffering is the word that I should use, but I don't want to use it. Right. So Saturn is more or less like you say, sometimes in the mantra, this comes this concept Rini Dhani Chakra, right? So sometimes what you do, because of some reason or the other blessings of the deity, etc., you get good result of the mantra, but you do less chanting. So this mantra becomes the knee, right? You owe to the mantra. Now in this life, you chant this mantra in more number, you get little result because some chanting for past life also you are doing. So Saturn indicates that you have enjoyed a lot of good results in previous life, and in this life you have to selflessly work for people. So you give things selflessly to the society and they are not even grateful, but you have to selflessly give because this is why you are here. If you stop giving that, then whatever little prosperity, etc., you are having, that will also be lost. Saturn generally indicates there is one great cherished desire of the native that is not being fulfilled. It does not matter. The native will be relentlessly working, but that cherished desire will not be fulfilled. But he have to continue working. By old age, they will get the result because the person is debater. So, right, debater. So they will work eventually, right? Cherished desire will not fulfill despite giving 100%, but they have to continue giving it. By old age, the result will also come. Satisfaction, happiness will be there. If they stop doing that, then what will happen? Result will not come, further progress will not happen, and life will become miserable. That's the point. In case of Rahu, what happens with Rahu is that Rahu is tamasic planet, and Rahu indicates being clever, deception, cheating, etc. So in the case of Sun degree representing the numerological value of Rahu, it does indicate that in previous life person did bad to others. Because in previous life they did bad to others, made promises, did not fulfill, cheated people, kept people in delusion, etc. In this life, the same things will happen to them. That they have to patiently go through, and if they patiently go through it, then after the age of 41, 42, life becomes good. If they don't patiently go through it, then they have to suffer forceful aggressive karmas, right? So cheating, deception, etc. happens, and along with that losses, mental instability, etc. These things also happen. Ketu is all about the lesson of detachment. So Ketu is very much similar like Saturn. There also the birth of the person is to go through the so benefits the person have enjoyed in previous life, and this life the person have to pay back. But in that payback, Ketu does indicate that there should be no attachment, right? So Ketu makes you work that you don't like, but you have to do it. Eventually, as time passes by, you start liking the work, but then quickly you are separated from it. So person is not happy in their home, person is not happy with their parents, siblings, etc. They have great discomfort. By coming to the age of 21, 22, 25, they become comfortable. They start living their family members. They develop understanding, but quickly they see that because of profession or something else, they have to separate. Right? So this interest initially, then attachment later on, but as soon as attachment and good relationship develop, the person have to go away from the thing. This type of karma, this type of target is what is indicated by Ketu. Right? So based on the degree of the sun, take the degree of the sun to the highest number, add it, and you will find a planet between sun to Saturn. And based on the planet, the major karma target of the soul you should understand. I have explained it in a nutshell, keeping in mind the length of the video. But significations of the planet, you know how I have made the result, that I have also told you. Use it to make more results and interpret on the horoscope.